So Tony Gray has decided to return to Jackson State. Very interesting. I'm going to give my full opinion on this topic. What's good, everyone? This is DJ's Raw Cut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Peace and blessings, peace and good energy, and synergy. So let's talk about Tony Gray. So Tony Gray has just announced, I believe last night, that he's returning to Jackson State. Now, let me be honest with everybody. I don't know if to say yay or to say nay, but here's the truth. We all know the Jackson State offensive line was bad. Let's not sugarcoat it. Let's not make excuses. But for those who watch film and analyze the game, Tony Gray was solid. He just wasn't great. But here's how he can help. I truly believe Tony Gray has to do a position change. And shout out to SWAC Buzz. He had a caller that mentioned it. Since Jackson State is bringing so much offensive line talent from a size standpoint, skill level, and etc., to be a left tackle or right tackle, that's going to be tough to do. I mean, go look at the recruiting board. It's going to be very tough to start as a right tackle unless the coaching staff just, you know how it is. Sometimes they have a favorite player, and that's all of football, and you start your guy. But I believe that Coach Prime, he is not going to play any favoritism. He saw his son running around like the late, great Gregory Hines. He's not trying to repeat that. And he let it be known that you would not see that type of stuff in the 2022 season. This is his son here, and he's not trying to ruin a good thing. So he's going to play, meaning Coach Prime, he's going to play the best offensive lineman rotation. But going back to the SWAC Buzz caller, and again, shout out to his channel. I'm so glad the caller mentioned the possibility of Tony Gray playing guard. I wish and I hope that he thinks about it and he could really benefit from being a guard. Again, Tony Gray was not the problem for the Jackson State offensive lineman, but he wasn't elite enough to fix the problems that they had. But if he's a guard and he has a simplistic role, then JSU may have something. I'm very excited because this gives Jackson State options on the offensive lineman. I mean, last season it felt like the whole coaching staff have to make nothing into something. And when you do that with offensive linemen, you get a bad results, poor offensive line play, lack of execution, penalties. And y'all know how many penalties this team had. But the goal for Jackson State is to increase competition in all positions. The offensive line position was the weakest position for Jackson State. So something has to give. I don't know if they just need a new offensive line coach or what, but it takes more than just talent. It takes a mindset. It takes grit. It takes want-to. It takes vision to create a dominant offensive line. Look at all the teams in the SWAC: Alabama A&M, FAMU, Grambling. Shout out to Grambling. They're doing their thing in recruiting. They're loading up in the interior. Look at Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson is filling up all the needs for Grambling State. They've added size in the interior with the skilled players they already have and adding even more skilled players. The defensive line is going to be ferocious. So as I'm saying this, and you know that all the SWAC teams are improving in the defensive line, especially in linebackers. This offseason is so important to load up in offensive line talent and skill. So important. Jackson State cannot afford to be behind the 8 ball. This offense has the talent to put up so many points. But you can't do anything without time. Time for your quarterback to make plays, to extend drives, to not have so many 3-and-outs. The book was out against Jackson State. Drop 8 and blitz. That's what South Carolina State did. That's what Prairie A&M did, and so forth. You have to bolster that line to make teams pay. That if you're going to drop 8, you gash them with the running back, with the running game. Tyson Alexander, who I believe is very underrated, is coming back and looking for vengeance. He's looking to make a name for himself, and I think he's going to have a big year. But it takes more than him. Jackson State, the SWAC has improved. You know this. Jordan Lewis the other day announced that he's coming back for Southern. Another pass rushing problem. The SWAC could potentially be the premier conference in the FCS. The time is now. This is DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Just letting y'all know, man, I'm glad that Tony Gray's coming back, but there's a lot of work to be done. This is just the beginning. Shout out to all the SWAC content creators. Shout out to the subscribers, and I'm out.